Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Looks like we've already got quite a gathering by everybody. Hi, Joe. Good to have you with us today. And Barbara. Hi, Mandy. And hey, Nikki. How's it going?
Nikki.
You had pneumonia.
Oh. I was really sick myself. I had like respiratory, ear, and sinus infection, so I get it. I hope you're better, getting better.
Hey, Michelle. And Linda, how you doing?
Hey, from Florida. Yay. Hi, Linda.
And hi, Joe White, and Barbara, and Joe. Carla, Barbara, Barbara Collins, Barbara Pevick, and hi, Sarah, and hi, JR. It's great to see you all. Hi, Stephanie. Trying to get the group engaged. I've had some issues getting the comments from the group, so if you're in the group and I don't respond to your comment after a few minutes, just repeat it. Hi, Leah and Tamala. Tamala Tacey, welcome. Hi, Leah. So I see those two in the mediums group.
Good. Welcome.
I don't know why. It's not just you. It's been pretty much every time I've been going live in the groups. For some reason, I'm not always seeing all the comments, so I have to go directly to the thing. So hi, Chaz, and Nikki, and Lisa, and Maui. See, all these people are actually saying something, which is a problem if we're doing readings, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, why can't I see this? Why am I not seeing all these people? So, it's kind of a problem. So I just have to, okay, let's see if I can get something up that will help me. Hi, Sarah Smile. Okay. But these people came through the pages as well. Okay.
It says Facebook for Stephanie is what I see.
Yeah, but it's usually just the pages. It's usually just like the different pages that were posted on. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Melissa. We have mono running through my house.
Goodness. Wow. I'm sorry, we were sick for like 3 weeks. Like bad sick. I was on antibiotics and then I still didn't feel better like 2 weeks after the antibiotics. I'm finally starting to get there. But if my voice goes in and out, that's why. Good. I'm so glad, Nikki.
I'm glad you're healing, Nikki. And Chaz and Navia.
Hi, Chaz.
And Tracy.
Good morning.
Okay.
It's evening where I'm at. She must be, let's see,
Joe, I don't know if that would make any difference if I can't see the comment. I mean, yeah, sure. My son got diagnosed on Monday, and today's his 10th birthday. Well, happy birthday. Sucks to be.
I'm sorry.
That. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm just trying to look here. Now, Mama Cole, you want me to pick them at random?
Yeah. Also, I want everybody, like, the energies have been crazy this past week and stuff. Just kind of like, we're going to take this time to totally relax. drop in. There's nowhere we have to be. It makes it easier for me to connect to your loved ones. Hollis works very efficiently and fairly, and we also go by spirit. Okay, so like if I've done like 2 or 3 readings for you, they're probably gonna just, go to someone who hasn't had the opportunity.
So it's the whole Libra moon.
Yeah, and
the whole Libra moon fair thing.
Yeah, and we really do our very best to make sure we're pretty fair. That everybody gets a chance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So and that makes sense to you all. I would imagine.
Yeah, I would hope.
Hi Yada. Yada Marie, and hi Amber Sanchez and Bridget from New Zealand. Why don't we start with Leah Flannery? Okay. She's hoping to connect with her mom, Lori. Oh. I think her mom's name is Lori. Yeah. Okay.
Can you pop her up? I get like a little tiny thumbnail. It just helps me to connect because this is so
informal. No, she's in the group.
You can't even. Okay, Leah. What was her last name? Flannery.
Yeah.
Your mom, Lori. Okay, your mom's coming forward, and I see like a white dress and flowers, like a big bouquet of flowers. She wants you to know that she's okay, safe and sound on the other side. Like she's very specific. She doesn't want you to worry. Like you're a worrier, don't worry at all. Like everything will be taken care of. If there's something that you're struggling with right now, realize the worry is not going to, what is she saying? It's not going to affect the outcome. Like I'm getting worry and outcome. It's not going to make a difference whether you worry or whether you just know that automatically you're going to be taken care of and provided for. Okay, so I get like there's some kind of something going on with, I get like finance. I don't know if it's something to do with mom or like estate or something like that, but for you just not to worry. Okay.
She's validating the flowers.
Yeah, she has a really neat white dress. It's not like it's not like a fancy, it's more like a linen, like a comfortable cotton linen dress with I'd say like a 70s style. Do you know what I mean? The cotton and the flowers are like wildflowers. They're not everything is, sometimes ladies come as real prim and proper. She's more like 70s flowy, down to earth. And just telling you just not to worry, that everything will be taken care of.
And I think she's validating what she's like worried about or whatever. And she said it's her finances.
Yeah, that's what she's showing me is money and finances. And I understand, I've been there. Just had a lot of answers today ourselves, like within my personal thing. So just know, if you trust everything, and that's what she's saying, everything will be okay. So just have faith. Keep hanging on. Okay. And the worry doesn't change the outcome. That's her biggest message. The worry won't change the outcome. It's just going to make you sick and get a headache. I hope that helped you.
Okay, I'm just answering someone's question. Sure. They just asked, dumb question, but how do you connect with someone who spoke a different language? I said it doesn't make a difference because we're not.
It doesn't.
Yeah, because they're not necessarily talking to you the way me and Mama Cole are talking right now. So yeah, I think that's a misunderstanding.
It's like based on the energy of love. Like there's no language barriers. There's no barriers, period. So it's fine. They're able to convey what they need to say,
they'll just show us pictures and they'll just give us, and plus they know all languages on the other side. Yeah. They even know astrology language.
Good, yeah.
So like I don't know if you've ever had them show like just a basic zodiac sign to you, like a Leo. Is somebody a Leo in your family? No. Okay. Well, that's real basic.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, but
me, like culture stuff. Like I'll see flowers and family traditions and things like that. Like I see a lot of cultural that I don't understand. I just describe it and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's a." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, it's really cool. It's kind of cool. Like the other day, what was it called? A Deja. They use it. It's a clay oil vessel that they put the wick in and burn for Diwali and stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about? The clay. I think it's called a Deja. Hold on. A diya. It's called a diya. It's
Yeah, I
like
may
a
just not know
sacred
what it is.
vessel used like in the Hindu tradition, and they light it.
I'm not
But
Hindu. I'm
I know,
Buddhist.
but I saw it like, and I drew it and described it. I didn't know what it was called. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I do that every day." I was like, "Okay." So a lot of times, yeah, the language doesn't matter because they'll show you what they're like. I've seen villages, the dirt floors and stuff. It's kind of cool, ancestral stuff and everything too. I love it.
All right. But yeah, we usually get symbology and stuff, so that's why we can. Anyway. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Hi, Jamie.
Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Anna, I was trying to look at your cool little logo there. It's a rainbow feather.
Oh, she lives local.
She does? What does the rainbow feather mean?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you knew what it meant. I thought it meant something local.
No,
I know it has her name in it, and I was just wondering what it meant. I was like, is she like family? Like, that's my.
No, but
All right.
Her name's very close to my stepmom who's passed. Anna
okay. Yeah. All right. Well, Jay, let's try to bring some. I think JR's been in the YouTube a couple times, but I'm not sure they actually got a reading.
Okay, JR. Yeah, they have quite a few. I actually see, it's funny because the pictures like water and stuff, but I see like a cowboy. I don't know. Like there's a bunch of people, but there's a guy in a hat, like a cowboy hat, that's coming forward. Like he's in charge. The rest of like there's quite a few coming forward, but he's in charge. Like I'm getting this is like grandpa. So it's somebody who owns all the land. Or who owned all the land. I believe JR's down south. Like, yeah, I get like he's a landholder. He's a landowner. Like lots of land. And the message for you is to continue. Like, it's about the land. Like, be proud of what you have.
Is there a connection? Okay, it must be grandpa, he's saying.
Okay, or your great grandpa. Yeah, are you living on the land that was your familial land, like your family land, or is because I get like it was a very large property and it's much smaller now, but to still make sure that little piece never changes hand, like to hold on to that little piece. Like I get that it was a very large farmland or something that has been broken up.
He said he's not.
Okay. I don't know, because that's the messages about the land and about dirt. Like for you to be proud of what you have, proud of the land. You have accomplished things. If you're feeling like you haven't, you are. He's very proud of you. And there's so much symbology with land. So I'm just curious if it doesn't ring sense now, like perhaps it will later, because he showed me like a lot. Like this was and I'm talking like I don't really see crops as much as like ranch land. Do you know what I mean? Like, which is very unusual. I don't usually see stuff like that. So it may not ring right now, but it probably will in a little bit. Or like if you're doing genealogy or something, I'm not sure. That's kind of cool though. So just know your little corner, some was sold, some family members own. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so some of his family members still own the land.
Because that's what he was saying. So this is that gentleman who owned all of the land. Okay, so I'm getting that it's probably like the great grandpa.
And he's saying, yeah, it was a ranch.
Yeah, there you go. So just know he's coming through, and for you to be proud, like be proud of your heritage, be proud of who you are. Okay. So and he's validating that, yes, your loved ones are right there. You had a whole crowd, but he was the one that came first. There you go.
Well, he's probably the oldest, so he's probably the best at communicating too. Yeah. In my opinion, the older they get, the easier they are to communicate.
Bravo! I love that. Good job. Oh, yeah. I love that.
Oh wow. So, okay, so I wanted to address a question by, I think it was Tamara on YouTube. She said, does language as we know it even exist when we pass? Not really, Tamara.
No,
it's a human thing. It's a human thing. I think language for spirits seems to me more telepathic. What do you think about that, Mama?
Yeah,
Would you
would
you describe it that way?
Yeah, I think language is actually irrelevant because there's no language barrier. Like, I think it's irrelevant. It's a human thing. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so when we pass over, we're not human anymore.
Right.
So we lose everything that's human, including language. She said, I often wonder who is attempting to communicate with me that I may only see in my peripheral. I know there is someone or more than one someone.
Grandma.
Oh, it's probably, it's probably,
grandma.
You think it's her grandma? You think it's her grandma? I was going to say it's one of her spirit guides.
Yeah. It's totally grandma. It's totally grandma. Yeah. I've had that most of my life, like, and sometimes they call them wisp too. They're like white. You'll see like white things in your peripheral and stuff. Yeah, they're your guides.
I always see them down on the ground. I always feel like they're animals.
Oh, I only get
like
that
they're short.
No, mine are always tall, like right here, and fast too. You'll see like, and you're like, what the heck? Yeah.
So the trick is, here's the trick. Here's the trick that you learn in exorcism is when you see a spirit move on the side of your peripheral like that, the trick is not to look and to stay open and see what happens. And a lot of times, if you stay open, you'll hear something right after that, or you'll get some sort of message. Claircognizance will kick in, or clairaudience, or one of your other clairs will kick in. See, Sarah Smile says they see a large dark figure. It's probably like your spirit guides. Most of the time, when you see them in your peripheral, it's a spirit guide, because they're always with you all the time. But we tend not to see them because we're very like grounded or whatever. Like, we're very science based. So if we're not seeing it with our eyeballs or tasting it with one of our 5 main senses, then we don't think it's there. But in actuality, it is, and we have many more senses than just taste and smell and seeing. So
I had a dark figure.
Carly,
for years.
Yeah, a dark figure.
Yeah, I did.
Like what Sarah has?
Yeah, like that watched over me. And as a child, it used to scare me. As an adult now, I know the identity. It was one of my guides, and I know the identity.
How'd you find the identity? Did you ask?
Yeah, I asked. I started working with a mentor and stuff. He was telling me I had all these guides follow me, and I like ducks, and I never asked. I never worked with them. I denied they were there. Just like Hollis said, if I don't believe and I don't see, then they don't exist. No.
No, it doesn't really work like that, but you can
and stuff. I have archangels. I have all kinds of guides and stuff. So just start asking, and there's nothing to fear. There really isn't. Like, you have your boundaries. There's nothing to fear. The dark figures are usually, it's usually like masculine protective energies. Okay. Guides, things like that. So anybody that tells you otherwise, no, they're scammers that are just trying to get money from you. Like, honestly, 9 times out of 10, that they're
okay. It shouldn't. Don't worry about it scaring you. That's the problem. So they won't come closer to you if you're scared.
Yeah.
Your guide won't come closer to you if you're scared.
No.
If you're scared, your guide will stay back because your guide doesn't want to scare you.
Yeah, they don't want to scare you at all.
Right.
And don't be scared. There's nothing to fear. Honestly, there is nothing to fear.
There's no reason to be afraid.
That's a Hollywood perception. Like, honestly, you got to throw some of that out and be open, and then you'll see. Like, for me, what happened was the dark figures. I started having clarity. Like, I wasn't scared, so it was able to step forward and show me, and I was able to work. And mine actually some of mine were archangels. Like, seriously. So just know,
I believe that.
Is if it scares you, of course, it's not going to do anything to interfere with. Like, no.
It's just going to back up. It's just going to back up.
So that's
and it might keep coming and saying, see, I'm not going to hurt you.
Yeah, it's okay.
See, I'm not going to hurt you. Yeah. And the fear is all based in Hollywood.
Yeah, it really is.
And so, Carly, the next time you hear your voice, the next time you hear your name, answer back and just say, who is this? See what happens. So Anna, if you're always feeling someone around you, it's your spirit guide.
Yeah. Anna does have a lot around her. A lot of ancestral stuff, Anna.
All right. So as we... Okay, hold on. I have to get rid of a scammer. So you guys, let's do the scammer thing. I have to do the scammer thing every single live, Mama Cole. Okay, so here's the way it works. Real readers will never, ever, not just in this group, but in the world, will never message you first.
Never.
Real readers will not, because it's not in integrity. And if they're messaging you first, they're out of integrity. Even if they're a fake reader, even if they're trying to be a real reader, if they're messaging you first, they are out of integrity and they are a scammer. Okay? Number 2, if they comment in this thing and say, oh, I see your ancestors near you, beloved. It's not me. It's a copycat. It's a scanner. It's a... Or me. Yeah, or any of us. Anybody.
Get hold of you. You got to... Or somebody's going to pass. No, that's so not. So please no. Or that dark... If somebody says something about the darkness... Oh, yeah, you
says you're possessed.
Yeah, because you're possessed. Or no. None of that. No.
They're scamming you guys. Yes. They're trying to get your money.
See the website? Only that right there is our website.
We will, the other sign, and I'm about to like reset the whole group. Another sign that it's a scammer is they ask you to send money on PayPal or Zelle or anything. We will never do that because we have a legitimate business account. And look up there, psychicinsights.life. Mama Cole, see it?
Yeah.
We will always send you to something like that where you can see the prices clearly, see what you're going to get, know that it's an hour long, and then you'll have to schedule a time that's good for you, and then you will put your credit card into a secure location that protects your identity from us. I don't get your credit card number. I just see the last few digits so that I can refund you or anything like that or deal with business. But outside of that, I don't get your credit card number. You don't send money on PayPal. You don't send money on Zelle. Don't do it. Okay? Just don't do it.
We show up and you get a recording.
Yeah, and then we actually show up to the scheduled time because you get a link. And if we don't, you can go back to PayPal and say, I never got a refund. And PayPal will say, did you contact the company? And you can say, yes. And then the PayPal will contact us and say, this person never got a reading. And I'll go, what? Oh my gosh. And then I will contact you and I will refund you and give you a coupon for a free reading.
And that never happened.
Okay.
I've had 3 hurricanes this season. And if I can't get it because the power outage or something, Hollis will get you. Like, that's what's good about our business is, like, we have backup. And if you don't, most of the time people will just wait. But, like, I do live where the hurricanes have hit. But from what I heard, we were supposed to get another one on Wednesday. But from what I heard, hopefully it's downgraded.
Hopefully. All right. Yeah. And so just, and the good news is that if you're in the group, all approved readers are at that site. Psychic Insights That Life totally simplifies things for you, unless it's a free reader, and then just free, don't give them any money. And your worst thing you could lose is some time. Okay? So, I hate to see people get scammed.
Everything, because I'm copycatted daily. I'm not kidding you. The other day I went through 3,500 followers to try to get rid of all the scammers and stuff who were following me and trying to block and everything. I really try to do everything I can. It's out of my control. It makes me feel horrible that they're scamming people and everything else. So we do all that we can to warn you. But yeah, just don't. No, we would never. I will not.
Hey, you know what, Melissa? Mine on my phone is not working right either. So it might be something going on with Facebook right now.
Hi, dog.
Okay, my dogs kill somebody. Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
Hi, Alyssa. How are
And Chaz. Yeah, and so just yeah, just block them right away, okay? That's the best thing you can do is just block them.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the group, Bridget Sturm, are you still here? Bridget Sturm. She was the person I had lined up for next.
Okay.
Hopefully she's around.
I don't know why I put my. I don't usually do notes too much.
Bridget Sturm. Bridget Stern, are you still watching? You commented a little bit ago, and you said that you're so grateful. And I think gratitude should always be rewarded.
Yes.
And
honestly,
yes, she says, yes, I'm here.
Yay!
She's here. So, Bridget, I'd like to make sure that they're here. Bridget is currently, would like to connect with her dad.
With your daddy. And I get daddy. It's daddy. Yeah, you're still. Hold on. You have a very deep connection with your dad because I get it's daddy. Like, yeah, Sturm. Did he smoke? Like, I get a lot of lung issues, like chest breathing. Could have even been COVID, but he showed me like a lot of chest, perhaps emphysema. Like he smoked a lot. He wants you to know he's okay. You'll always be daddy's little girl. You guys had a very special, deep connection. And he wants you to know that hasn't, you can't separate that. Okay, so you need to know he's okay. He doesn't want you to worry about him at all. You don't have to worry. He's at peace. And he is with family. I'm not sure if your mom is passed or if she's like in between. Is your mom still around but ill? Or like perhaps Alzheimer's, dementia, something like that?
She said that he had aspiration pneumonia, which happens a lot of times when people have dementia. Yeah, because there's something happens in their ability to swallow. It's not always because of the dementia.
I know exactly. Yeah.
Aspiration pneumonia is when
in their food and stuff.
When they're swallowing fluid down in their lungs.
Yeah, I get that. Know that he's okay now.
Yep, and she says I'm right. Dad had dementia. Yep.
Yeah. Because I am so kind of a dementia thing. Yeah. Okay. So you need to know he's okay and he will greet her. And you need to know that no matter what, your connection with your loved ones is never going to cease. So dad is still very involved. He's still around you. Definitely with your mom still there. He wants you to open your heart to the possibilities because you're still daddy's little girl. Without a doubt. And he said, you'll feel it in your heart when the grief, once you know that death won't separate you, it's a really profound experience, but he's going to show you what love is like on the other side. And with dementia, yes, he was okay with you.
So she's I just want to say it out loud. She's saying she's shaking. Was he okay with our decisions? And Mama Cole is saying yes.
Yes. And he didn't suffer. With dementia, he was between worlds. He was going back and forth. He did not suffer, no matter what it looked like. And there's a lot of times I have to describe this, and they want me to describe this and to explain to people. When the body passes, it does go through a death. Like it naturally goes through a natural current, just like when you touch a stove. Like no matter what hot surface you touch, your body automatically goes, wow. Okay, well, the same thing when your body shuts down. It has physical processes that shut down. I've been present when people have passed, and it's not pleasant. Like there's noises, sounds, and things like that, and it is uncomfortable. And you do question your decisions, okay? In certain circumstances, people they're always given a choice, and from what my experience is they cannot leave completely and cross over completely till the body is gone, like till it ceases to all functions, they passes. but they can either experience the death within the body or from within or out and be an observer. And a lot of times with dementia, they're in and out. So they're already not really within their body. So the suffering that you see is just a physical body response. It's a human response to it passing. Okay. The soul, the spirit is unaffected. So you did make all of the correct choices, because as long it wasn't working, his body would no longer work. Okay. And his spirit was already mostly over there. He just needed to finish. Okay. I know it wasn't.
She's saying it wasn't pleasant, but he was okay. Sure. But I didn't leave him for a week. I struggled daily, she says.
And I've been one of those people that sat there for the week hearing that. It isn't pleasant. It's a horrible sound. He doesn't want you to remember him that way. He wants you to remember him as your strong dad. Okay. That was just the weak vessel that at the end of its journey. Okay. Just think of he wants you to think of like a really cool race car, and the engine and everything just was kind of, he slid in across the finish line all torn up, rusted, dented. He got every mile out of it. Okay. So please know, yeah, he knows how that love exists. He doesn't want you to remember the shell. He wants you to remember the fancy race car when it was fancy and clean and strong, and when he could win all the races, things like that. Okay. Not that last week. Okay. And I know how hard that is. And a lot of that too, it's not only your grief, it's the trauma of that week experience. Okay. And you're not alone in that. There's so many of us that have had experiences like that. And your loved ones don't want you to remember that. That was just the ending of their life. I don't know if you ever heard the poem, The Dash. The dash means more than the beginning date and the end date. It's what they did with the dash. Okay. So I hope that helped you, Bridget. That, yeah, you're definitely daddy's little girl, and you always will be. Okay.
Whoa. All right. Well, she just said that it's so special. Thank you so much. I love him so dearly. So that's very sweet, and I hope that was helpful for you, Bridget. She said, "I am so grateful, eternally so."
You're so
so I think she got the message, and it takes a little time to understand death. I will say it takes time. It can be jarring when it first happens.
Extremely jarring, especially when it's somebody you love and they're so close. But yeah. It's hard, but if you allow them and you allow the possibilities, they can show you that there's so much more. Like, it's an eternal love perspective. Like, it doesn't end. Your soul, it doesn't end. It goes on forever.
Right. Well, Angela, I'm sorry that you leave groups for scammers. You don't have to do that here. Like, if you're not sure if someone's a real reader, just go to that website, psychicinsights.life, and those are all legitimate readers. Okay? And you can catch most of them live at some point in this group. But I can't control how many readers, scammers are in there. I mean, I can try to reduce them and try to educate you so you know the difference between a scammer and a reader. That's my best hope. I think.
They're tricky as heck. They sit there all day, every day. Like, it's ridiculous the amount of copycats and stuff. So
I agree. And you know what? It's not just psychic groups. I have another group that's just like local people, and we have the same problem. It's the same exact problem. Here. Yeah, we have the same problem. We still have scammers, but they're scamming for something else. Now they're scamming to come clean your ducts or to clean your car, detail your car. Oh man.
With the hurricane, it's cleanup and tree removal and crazy stuff. And we live in a
and they're scammers.
Yeah. Or the furniture sales and just crazy stuff.
And they want you to pay them, and then they'll come and do it. They want you to pay like $5,000 or something, and then and then they don't show up. Yeah. So okay.
Gonna look out. Trust your gut.
Yeah. Samantha says she loves your last message.
Oh, thank you.
Makwa, thanks for the big love.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, I'm pretty sure Joe White has been here a couple times, but I don't think they've gotten a reading. So, Joe, I forget. I think they have more than one person. I think they have a couple of people.
Is Joe the female? And the husband's passed, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm looking back to see if I can see who it was that passed. She did say,
because I'm getting a male presence, that's why I'm asking.
Okay, wait a minute. What's this? My guides asked me if I was okay after seeing a spirit child. It was a female voice. I was alone with 2 boys, and they said, "Are you okay, Joe?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." That's very sweet, Joe.
That's so beautiful. Please know that's absolutely beautiful. I had an experience with a spirit child once, and it turned out to be a child I adopted 13 years later.
Oh.
Yeah, I know it was her, like, without a doubt. So please know that spirit child will probably appear within your family, whether it's, I believe it's probably like a grandchild or something will appear within your family. That's crazy. It's not crazy. It's just beautiful. But yeah, stuff like that definitely happens. And especially they're just watching you. They're just observing. They get a glimpse. That's what I get. Sometimes they just get a glimpse, or they're just coming to check you out just to see, you know.
Yep, I agree, Makwa. The body does know how to die.
Yeah. Yeah. Previous nurse. And it's horrible. And I'm lucky that I'm not like, but I've experienced it, you know, probably like grandparents and stuff. So I've seen it. And yeah, it's not pleasant.
I'm not sure what she's. I'm trying to look for messages. I'm trying to get down to the bottom. I have a lot of messages. Okay. She said, "Awesome."
Okay. I'm not sure what, but please know that you definitely have a gentleman presence.
She said, "Yes, my husband and my son."
Yeah. I get the husband, your son. I don't get the son so much. I get your son's kind of quiet. Your son's more like, I've left nothing unsaid. Like, did he talk a lot and now he's quiet? Because he's like, I'm good. But your husband wants to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. He's just wants to make sure you're taking care of yourself, that you're eating right, and that you're taking care of yourself, that you're not too riddled with grief, if you understand.
She's saying she was about 4, but I don't know who she's referring to.
I think she's
okay, the spirit child. Okay.
So you have a lot going on. So I think the little child is checking in on you. You are having people check in on you, because I do believe your grief is pretty heavy right now. That's what your husband's saying. So please know, death is not an eternal separation at all. Your loved ones are still very close, and you obviously have some kind of gift if you are seeing spirit children. Like, you're able to see, feel, and sense. Start opening up to that, and your son and husband will see you there. Like, you'll feel them. You'll start noticing their signs and experiencing them. Okay. So I believe she was just starting to open. Yeah. Like, get you to open your possibility, because you acknowledged her and she asked if you were okay. So, like, are you okay, Joe? Are you, if you're not, then take care of yourself. Okay. This is more like a call out to be okay. Don't just say that you're fine. No, I'm fine. A lot of us do that. No, I'm okay. I'm fine. Well, just make sure you are okay. And just know that your loved ones are there and you're so loved, because you're being watched over. I love that. Like, that's pretty profound. Like, that not everybody has beautiful experiences like that. Like, you actually did witness a little spirit just checking in on you. Okay.
Sweet.
So thank you for sharing that with us, Joe. That was really pretty. Thank you.
All right. This person, I just want to first say, Lori, I'm sure Mama will bring something in for you, but what I'm going to say is that that's a direct calling to death midwifery.
Yeah.
So you might want to look into that, Lori. Like a death doula. Yeah.
I lost 3 people within 4 months. And and was there, my grandma, my papa, and my stepdad. So I understand. And being a death doula is absolutely beautiful. Like, to be able to, you're a guide between worlds to help the families and them. So I'm so sorry for your experiences, but please know, as profound and horrible and traumatic as those experiences must have been, you were also given a beautiful gift to be there while they crossed over. Okay. Sometimes it's hard. I mean, it's terrible and hard and traumatic, but it's also a gift to be able to witness it, because sometimes they'll choose not to pass when you're in the room. Do you know what I mean? Or they just like I get that you found your mom because she didn't want you in the room to, like, who wants their child to see them pass? Like, I want to do that to my kids. Do you know what I hope to God I just go in my sleep.
I don't know. I think it's better than a funeral.
Yeah. When my grandma passed, it was the most beautiful experience I've ever had in my life. And my grandma taught me a lot. And she didn't die easily. She had a brainstem stroke, like the gentleman that we talked about. That, you know, she lived for about 4 days of the horrible sounds and stuff. But the feeling in the room when she passed was the most beautiful experience I've ever had in my life. Like
relief.
Yeah, well, just like angels, like you could feel people in the room, you could feel heaven. Like, to me, it was just so peaceful. Like, the same thing when my papa died, and he also had a stroke and was horrible noises. But at the exact moment of the death, like, I could feel their loved ones come in, and it was profound. So please know, like, I'm sorry for your losses, but yeah, I think you have a higher calling in this, Lori.
Yeah.
And okay.
Steffi, I just want to answer Steffi's question. Steffi, there's lots of different ways to come to understanding. Is, first of all, just to update you, no one gets out of this alive. We all die, sweetie. So that's part of it, because we realize that we all die. Not everybody gets to live to 99. No. And a lot of times you can find out more in their astrology chart. You can connect with them on the other side and meet with Mama Cole and maybe figure out it was probably destined, especially if they were sick. And most of the time, people that die, like, that aren't supposed to die, are usually like either murders or like overdoses, like fentanyl and things like that, which is kind of a passive murder, right? So like, I'm just saying that most of the time, Steffi, when it's a natural death, like someone's sick, or even if they were 20, even if they were 2, it doesn't matter. It was probably still destined. So I think that's how you get over it, don't you think?
And I understand the taking care of them day in and day out. And then when they're gone, of course, you're like, oh my gosh, if I would have done this, and this. That's your humanness. That's your grief. That's the trauma of it. The way you recover is seeing that death is not a boundary. Like, it's not that's just the physical body that was sick and that couldn't go on any further. But the spirit and the soul is still very much intact, and it's whole. It's not that sick shell anymore. It's able to communicate so much clearer and more beautifully. So you just recover by, like the other gentleman said, don't remember how I died. Remember how I lived. Okay?
Right, yeah, they almost always want that.
Yeah, and you didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing more that you could have done. It's just evolution. We're going to pass. Okay?
No, yeah, it just doesn't exist.
And like I said, you know, young, old, it's just... My husband's
part of our reality.
Yeah.
Let me say this. Without death, life would have no meaning.
And how profound is that? Because seriously, when someone passes, how much more do we value every day, every second? Like, seriously, we look back, oh, I wish I could have. Yeah.
We wouldn't value our time here on Earth if we didn't die.
No.
We wouldn't value our time with our loved ones.
No.
If we didn't die. It's just serious.
Yeah.
So, it's part of the balance of nature.
Yeah. So please don't beat yourself up. You can heal, honey. Yeah. I promise you'll heal. It's just part of your grief and trauma right now.
Yeah, it'll come through.
With yourself. Yeah, be gentle with yourself.
I thought maybe you could do a little reading for Jenny Hughes. She asked for a reading, but I just asked her to clarify a little bit. And then she said, since joining the group, I'm a lot more open to the afterlife. It doesn't feel so final anymore. But I feel like the people that have passed that I love so much, don't send messages, signs.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think? So maybe I thought maybe you could connect and see if you could find out what kind of signs. Help her identify them, because I'm sure they're sending them.
Okay, Jenny, I'm being told like you definitely have a woman presence, a female presence around you, and she does send you signs. You're just not really seeing them. Like I'm getting a lot of birds. You're getting a lot. I don't know if it's cardinals or blue jays, but there's a lot of birds, and I hear the singing. So you may not be seeing them, but you're hearing them, because I hear a lot of the singing. And what's funny about this is I just had a discussion with somebody. They're like, I wish I heard from my grandma. I never hear anything from my grandma. And then in the next breath, they go, but I've been seeing cardinals everywhere. Everywhere I go, I've been seeing a cardinal every day. I go, what are you talking about? I go, but you never hear anything from your grandma. I said, but no, what do you think about the cardinals? They go, I don't know. I said, it's your grandma.
Oh my gosh. Jenny says, are you ready for this? Yeah. Remember you were saying about birds? Yeah, she says, they fly in my house and I don't know how they get in there. Why do you think that might happen, Jenny? Why do you think that might be happening? What do you think that might mean? Do you just think all the birds in your neighborhood are dumb or something?
Let's go visit Jenny. We want to go see Jenny. Jenny's got good.
Do you have bird seed on your kitchen table? That's exactly what it is, Jenny.
That's your loved one, sweetheart. They can't get more bold. That's funny. I'm sorry.
That's exactly what you were just describing, Mama Cold. That's what you were just saying. You were like trying to help her understand that the signs are there. Yeah, then you tell her this story about somebody with cardinals, and now it's the exact same thing. Oh.
So please know that's the message for you, Jenny, and for like a lot of us here. Sometimes we're like, I don't see anything at all, because you're just not like totally open to the impossible. How could they be sending songs that with lyrics that sounds like they're just talking right straight to me, and the tears are coming down? Yeah, they are, because those are messages. I thought through a hole in the air conditioner. Well, they're getting in somehow, but they're being.
No, even if that is how they're getting in there, how did the hole get there? And, how did they figure out to come through that hole? So we have to ask those questions. And it's because spirits are really easily step into animals, because animals have no fear of them, because they didn't watch, Hollywood. So animals are like, sure, you can just step into me anytime you want and communicate with your loved one. We don't mind. And so spirits will step into animals, birds especially, because they like to feel the freedom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
It's she says she's laughing and crying and kicking herself all at the same time. And so okay. let me just reassure you, Jenny, that happens to everyone. You're not the only one.
It's okay. Honey, I had guides follow me around like ducks for years before I ever went, oh, that's what that is. Okay. It's and because now you're open, like. Yeah,
because grief will actually do this to you.
Yeah, put the shutters up.
Yep, grief will actually stop you from seeing the stuff, because it's real basic though reason. It's not just grief; it's low energy feelings.
Yes.
Because you're gonna resonate with. So like, did you ever meet a little kid that's like, they never get anything they want. They never get anything, but you just bought them an ice cream like 4 hours ago, and you're like. Right, and you're like, what? And that's because they're having they're having like a negative perspective, right? Yeah. And so when we do that, when we walk around with, my loved ones don't talk to me, they don't send me any signs, then what happens is exactly what you're saying out loud is exactly what you're receiving. Yeah, so you could be getting signs 20 times a day, but you're ignoring them all because of that sort of negative outlook. And that's why grief blocks it. But so does jealousy, so does anger, hate.
Low negative vibration.
Right. Exactly. So, Melissa said, Cardinals make me think of my papa.
There you
go. He loved the Cardinals.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
World Series. Of course they did. Of course I love that because he was coaching them. They could hear him.
So Tabby's saying can it also open senses because anytime you heal trauma and death, losing someone is trauma. Okay, so there's all other kinds of trauma too, but when someone dies, it's pretty traumatic for most of us. Okay, and so when they die, it covers you up. But if you heal that trauma, your third eye will become more exposed and more powerful.
Yep.
And that's why a lot of mediums. Did you come to mediumship after somebody died, Cheryl?
I started at like 4. Yeah, honestly.
I mean, is that when you started practicing it and doing it?
Once I started healing and stuff, when people started dying that knew that I was spiritual and connected, they came to me after they died, and it freaked me. Some of them were very. The biggest one was my daughter-in-law's dad passed in a car accident, and he was trapped in the car while it was on fire, and he came to me that night. And I didn't have boundaries or anything, and I didn't. Yeah, so yeah, it really freaked me out.
Okay, so I think we have to make some clarity about this because the reason he probably wasn't talking is a way of giving you a sign, Barbara. It doesn't mean he'll never communicate. It just means that that's his way of validating. So Barbara said you connected with my husband before, but you said he wasn't talking. He had a stroke, and you said that might be why. Yeah, because he's like, I'm not talking. In other words, to show you as a sign. But then once you validate that sign, then he's going to move on and give you other messages.
Yes, of course I'll be able to communicate. And sometimes, honestly, I have found, and I never did this until I did these live mini readings, sometimes they won't talk in this because they know there's like a couple hundred people watching. And they want a private one-on-one. So sometimes they don't come out and go, hey, yeah. So that was his way of connecting and validating that it was him. But he's like, I ain't going to talk to no, I'm good.
Some people are like just stage fright. Yeah, like they're not going to, you know. And it's mostly just because sometimes it's private business.
That's what it is. It's not because they don't want to communicate with you. And I've honestly had a couple times that has happened. And then I found out, come to find out, the guy was an undercover police officer, or of course he's not going to go live in front, you know what I mean? Like, so there are certain reasons why, and sometimes it's just shyness, or they just want a private conversation. That's all. Never because they don't want to communicate. Absolutely not. They always want to communicate.
That's not.
Always will have the ability. If somebody ever tells you that they can't get in touch with somebody, that's not true. No.
Mm-hmm.
You can
yes, Joe White. You can cure. I healed 30 years of trauma.
Honey, I'm healing. I'm 57 years old. My mother passed in February. It's toxic as heck, and I'm healing from all that now. So
trauma is best healed with somatic exercise. Science proved that trauma is best healed with somatic exercises, yoga, meditation, things like that.
Rewiring.
Missy, I offer trauma coaching if you want. I got PTSD trauma. Okay, I'm just trying to find someone. Okay. So I'm trying to find Donna. Somebody asked for Donna to have but I can't even find her, so I don't know where she is. No, Donna, Dona.
Oh, I thought you said donut.
Okay. Anyway, here's another person being grateful. Mia Cotter said she's in the group. Are we out of time? Not yet. Okay. She said, I would be so grateful if you can connect to my brother, please, who passed this year. I would love to hear from him, please.
Oh, Mia, I'm so sorry for your loss, honey. Yeah, you guys were close. Did he wants you to know that, I don't understand, his passing were because of his choices and that he's okay. Don't worry about him, and your connection will continue. I get you guys were very, very close. But don't worry about him. And he's taking full responsibility. I'm not sure exactly what, but He's like, I take responsibility for my actions. I pass because of my own actions. But he's safe. He's sound.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he did this on purpose or if it was accidental, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not sure exactly, but I get his passing was
She
traumatic.
said she does resonate with the way he passed.
Okay.
She says that they were very close. Yeah. She validated that.
Yeah. So please know that no matter the situation or the circumstances behind his passing, he's taking credit for it. Like, he's like, it's okay. And he's okay. So no matter what happened, sometimes our beliefs have us think that someone's not crossing over the way that they should, or you know what I mean, that they're not going to heaven or whatever you believe in your afterlife. And you need to know that's not true. He's safe, he's fine, and he's happy. You don't have to worry about him at all. He's more worried about you without him. He wants you to know he hasn't left you. Okay, just like the other lady with the birds, your brother is around and he is sending you messages, but his messages are through music. So please know those songs that you're hearing, yes, that's your brother. Okay. But he also doesn't want you to judge. He said some people are judging because of the way he passed, and don't worry about that. And you know who he is. I hope that resonated, honey. Yeah, they were so close.
By the way, often, Joe, as a way of validating it's really them. It's just another piece of evidence. Mia said, I'm crying. He was so passionate about music.
Oh.
So she's in tears.
There you go. So please know that's how he is validating it to you. Because how would I love when they do stuff like that. It's just beautiful. It helps me. Like, it's like, how would I know that? Just reading your name and he's coming across. You know what I mean? So that's just beautiful. Thank you, Mia. And I want to thank everybody. Thank you for sharing your loved ones with us, because their messages are profound. I love it. That's why we do what we do. It's not just for you guys. It's for some of our healing too.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's what being a medium is. Yeah, it's actually an interesting thing. We can talk about this. She says she does keep hearing songs on the radio, and I keep thinking it's him.
Yes, that's him.
So good job, Mia. Yeah, well done.
Of course, that's
good at that.
Because they're so profound. Like the messages, I get messages through music. Like almost every reading I do, I get songs. It's really cool. I love it. But yes, they're very profound in the yes. That is.
Yeah, and people. The thing is, is that a lot of people are saying thank you for doing the readings. They're saying beautiful. I love to know if my mom has finally found peace. Yeah, Chanel, she's peaceful. Samantha and Stephanie. It's sad that so many people think that something can. It's interesting how so many people believe something bad can happen to you on the other side. I'm kind of like,
oh no, it's impossible.
No, I don't think. There's nothing, like, they're fine.
So.
Yeah.
There's no.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, so for people there's some people asking, so there's a class tomorrow on real basic. This is a very basic class on how to connect to the other side. It's very 101, okay? So it's sort of like if you've never tried to connect, if you kind of tried to connect, but you're not sure you're doing it right, and you have a lot of questions. That's what we're doing tomorrow. That's a class tomorrow, and that's the learn how to connect or something like that. And then Mama Cole, why don't you talk about your class? Because I feel like your class is sort of the next step, because I think I see pendulums as like a good tool, especially for a beginner.
Yeah. And then on the 23rd, I'm doing a class on pendulums, how to use a pendulum, and you'll need a necklace or a pendulum like this, and how to use it to communicate and use it as a tool to communicate with the other side and do lots of other things, decision making, yes, no. Then I'm also going to go into the history and also do some hands-on exercises. Like, we're going to work as a group. It's a small, intimate group. And I'm going to offer this. I think we did 12 or 20. I'm not sure, but do it small and intimate so that we can go one-on-one and do practice exercises and things like that.
Maybe you can have them practice with each other, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I'll have to make sure I show you how to do. Do you know how to do?
I used to be able to do rooms. I haven't done it in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah. Okay. But maybe you can just try to remind yourself how to do that. Yeah. And so the first link I put up is the connection class, which is tomorrow. These classes are real inexpensive. They're like $20.
Yeah.
The second link I just put up is to the pendulum class. And I think, like, if you're learning and you're like, well, I think I kind of connect sometimes, but I'm not always sure, and like you have a lot of issues with feeling confident, I feel like the pendulum can boost your confidence.
Yeah, it really helps a lot. Yes, it helps so much. What's really cool is I used to do foster care, and we had this hand-blown pendulum from Germany. It was like this big, and I would never tell the kids what it was. But every kid that came in and they were all teenagers, they would come in the house and they'd be like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. Check it out. And they'd pull it up. And I said, no, ask it to show you. Yes. And every kid that came in my house could do that pendulum. So it does that. Like, I just show you how to do it and you can do it. And it's such a nice accent to and validation to your connection to the divine and also the earth. I'll explain all that later, but it's to other realms, like
now
and answers.
Yeah. And regardless of where you are so we're going to try a practice class, because I've had some requests for a practice class. If they go well, I'll probably start doing 2 a month. I'll do one, Mama Cole will do one. And a practice class is really good because this is for people that I already know how to use a pendulum. I already know how to connect, but I need to practice. And you want to practice in a safe space. You want to practice with other people learning so that you're not trying to educate someone about what validation is. So then everybody's kind of on the same page. It makes it a little bit easier to practice so you can be more confident. And practice definitely raises your confidence.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how many people do the practice class this month. If it's popular, I probably won't be able to do 2 a month, but maybe Mama Cole can do one and I can do one. And, and I think if you want to use your pendulum, you can. And so, there's a lot of good stuff going on in this group. We have a lot of stuff. We have classes, we have lives on a regular, and we have a lot of things happening all the time. Okay. And so I hope that you've enjoyed tonight's live, and I'm going to encourage you to book with Mama Cole. You can book with Mama Cole. You can book with me. Mama Cole does coaching, metaphysics, so she'll be happy to show you how to use a pendulum. If you don't want to be in a class, or you can't make it to the class, or you want Mama Cole to show you how to connect, she'll show you that. There's like basic metaphysical coaching type of thing. And she also has like remote healing, which could be really useful for people that are trying to heal from trauma. I'll do direct trauma coaching, so I'll help you through it and tell you what to do. And I might send you to Mama Cole to get some healing.
Yeah.
And she does. Yeah, and she can help you move through it. Maybe you do that once a month or something like that. You go see her and you get some energy healing. That can be really good to help you move through trauma. Trauma is usually what causes energy blockages. It's not like a spirit. You're not possessed. We're not telling you any of that. It's usually trauma. And frankly, that's what was blocking me. And I started doing Reiki on myself. I'll also give you Reiki 1. I can attune you to Reiki 1, 2, or 3. And when you do Reiki on yourself, it can really heal your passages, and that can really help with trauma too, especially if you're already doing yoga and somatic exercises. Okay. And so Mama Cole has a variety of things to do. She also has like cool crystal healings and crystal readings, which I think are pretty cool. Maybe we should do like another live about those, Mama Cole, at some point.
Yeah, I can do that. And I also do like house clearing, blessing. I do all kinds of stuff.
And like remote stuff, from afar.
I do a lot of remote view. Missing, if you ever need help with stuff like that, cases, I ask it. It has to be the family, especially if it's an active case. So.
Sure. And I do a lot of I do a lot of more of like coaching and psychology. I have an education in psychology. I just don't choose to use that education in the traditional way because I don't like the traditional psychology. I'd rather add like mediumship and astrology and stuff to it.
Do you know the only reason I don't do psychology professionally? Because I didn't do math. I'm like a half a credit away from my bachelor's because I didn't do the anatomy, physiology, and statistics because I just didn't do math. So I did behavior management. I'm abnormal psychology was my.
I got a math tutor. Yeah, and the only time I just needed it for statistics. But yeah, like so I don't need to talk about college. I was like I'm not trying to brag. I was like a straight A student and shit. I blew my mom's brain.
I did really good in college. I did awesome in college. But just couldn't do the math. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, statistics sucked. But anyway, so I do a lot of trauma coaching. I have a lot of certifications on top of that as well. I'm also thinking about.
Tell them about the packages because those are really nice if you do regular visits. Because some people, when you're first in the trauma and the grief at the very beginning, you do need a couple appointments, like to help get through, to help do the death astrology.
It's not all solved in an hour.
No, to move the trauma and the energies and stuff. And Hollis has designed these amazing packages that you end up like you can bounce back and forth, or if you want to use one, and they don't ever expire. That's what's awesome. And you get like a huge discount. Like you get a really good discount out of it. And it never expires. So I like to see people take advantage of that, save money when you can, and then you're getting a lot more for your buck.
Well, the Psychic Insights package is that way too. So like if they want to get a reading from me and a reading from you and a reading from Nicole, they can buy the Psychic Insights package and bam, and then they have 200 and if let's say at some point you have $22 left and there's no reading for $22, you'll just get $22 off whatever reading you book.
Right.
And so it'll just take that off. So if you get a $50 reading, it will take $22 off. So that's really great. And I will be running Christmas specials. I'm trying to put it together now. You can gift if you got it in your mind that you're like, I really think so and so would benefit from a reading with Mama Cole. Listen to that, because I will be doing gift readings where people can order the reading, like pay for it ahead of time, and then the person comes to you with the coupon.
I love that.
And that's pretty much how it works.
You gift them for I love that. So.
Yeah, I do gifts I actually have always done gifts. And then sometimes people get them for their birthdays and stuff. But most of the time, I sell a lot of gifts around Christmas time. Yeah. So keep that in mind. We'll be doing that. We'll also be doing coaching. There's grief coaching. There's all kinds of options. And the good news is you don't have to worry about us being scammers if you're booking at psychicinsights.life. And that's what makes this all so beautiful, my friends.
And we're not going to message you after this either.
We won't message you.
So if I message you, it's not me.
Yeah. Can your pendulum be the ashes from your loved one? Yes. Kristen. Yep.
Anything with weight that means something to you. So you can use a necklace, your ashes, of course. That would be a profound connection. That'd be beautiful. Yes. So just bring.
I understand, Alyssa. I'll try to do some late night class next month. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Somebody else used theirs to connect.
Yes.
Yeah. So we can totally, if you join the pendulum class, that'll be a lot of fun.
Can help you expand on that. You're so very
Joe White saying thank you. Make sure if you got a reading today that you write a review or book or something with Mama Cole. It takes energy to do readings. And as you can see, we would be exhausted if we did a reading for every single person. Yeah. So if your loved one didn't come through or whatever, maybe it's because you're supposed to do a private reading, okay? I appreciate that, Bianca. She said you do have a lot going on here all the time, and I appreciate you and all you guys do. When I'm having a super heavy day, I have something to look forward to, and it helps. Thank you. You're welcome. And that's what it's all about. Bianca hates math with you.
I try, though. It's not that I hate. I really try. Like, I'm the kid that failed algebra no matter how hard I tried. Like, it didn't matter. But I'm a science nerd. Like, I love science, just can't do the math. Just wasn't
Jamie, your loved one will come through in a private reading.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even have to say the name, but the name helps. But yeah. Jamie, it's not right here and now is just about that we can only do 4 or 5 readings, and I know that you've had a reading before. Okay? So, okay. It's okay. Maybe next time. And hi, April. Well, April, like I said, sometimes it takes time. You have to keep coming back, or you have to book a private. And this is not just about us giving free readings. This is also about letting you feel what Mama Cole feels like, so that you can
get to know us a little.
April. 4 different people have come to me about my sun crossing and was wondering if you had the same answer. How many times do you need the same message? That's like asking for 20 pieces of candy. Okay? I'm just being serious. Like, you've already gotten the same message 4 times. So that's probably why I wasn't called to do a reading for you.
That's okay. Just let it.
It's okay.
Yeah, just let it.
Yeah. And if you really need something, you can get a reading, and that's what this is all about. Yeah. Yeah. All right, my friends. Well, thank you, and enjoy the rest of your night. May you enjoy a good weekend, and we'll be seeing you soon. All right.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Yay, what are you doing?
Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.